I just hope you guys can hear me. Okay, so this is about how I first met my wife, or how I got married. For so many years, it became an issue. It became a subject that caused me great concern, right? So my parents began to look at me like someone that was never going to do it, right? You know, and folks, friends, family, I became a subject of conversation. Went through a plethora of women, but in the end, what happened was, you could say that my journey to get married started at 36, but I actually got married at 44. And this is a story about how that came to be. To me, what I wanted was not that magical. I just wanted a brown-skinned Igbo girl with some flesh. That's all. I wasn't asking for the queen. I wasn't asking for anybody special. And I just wanted someone that could get with my flow, right? So, it started when I got into a covenant with God, right? I said, I will not pray for a wife anymore. I will stop praying for a partner. I'm tired of it. God, keep the wife. You want to keep her in heaven? That's up to you. But me, I'm not praying anymore. I'm done praying, right? I wasn't even listening to prophecies anymore. I was done, right? So I was like, listen, if the wife comes, great. She doesn't come, fine. I go back to dating. I'm in LA. We manufacture beauty over here. I ain't tripping. So it took a while for me to get into this covenant. I said, God, I would not sleep with a woman for a year. And the person that I get with at the end of that 1 year period is going to be my wife. That was the deal I made with God. When I made this deal, I was in between relationships. I was about to leave one and go to wife. I was trying to transition from this to that. Now, my previous relationship was perfect. There was no problem. There was some logistical issues with respect to childbirth and things like that that made us cut it out, right? But there was no bad blood, right? At least for the meantime. But I couldn't stay where I was staying at the time, and I had to leave that space because I had to regain my sanity. And it was during this cave period when, you know, sometimes, you know, when you think about the Bible, it talks about David being in the cave, right? Being a shepherd until it was time, right? So, what you have to realize is God has this plan. While you're planning your life, things are going to be smooth. God has his own plan. So what happened was this. I got into this covenant with God, and right around the 6-month mark, I began to listen to a lot of gospel music. Like, I would play music on my phone every single day. I listened to hours and hours and hours of gospel music. If you really want to verify this, go to my channel, go to Franq.com, and look at my playlist. You will see prayer time, you will see pastor's playlist. This is before I became a pastor, this is before I met Pastor IJ. But I had these things on my playlist. You can look at the playlist, look at the date, and you'll see that I was listening to gospel music back. I had a long list from C.C. Winans to Don McCracken to Kirk Franklin to, you know, everybody, BB. I was listening to gospel music back to back to back to back to back. And during that time, it wasn't like God was speaking to me. I was just chilling with the music, right? Let's not get it twisted. I wasn't hearing anything. But something began to happen. I was homeless for about 3 months during that period. I found a place to stay. Co-worker gave me a room in Anaheim, Orange County. I was there for a minute. And while I was there, I happened to go to Houston. I went to Houston to go find someone. This girl in Houston, doctor, brown skin, beautiful chick, got the ring from Aldo's, $10, right? And test out the water, see what's up, right? So I came into town, we had lunch. I wasn't feeling it, the chemistry wasn't there, but the pictures were fire, like Instagram 10, right? So what happened was I chilled with that, right? While I was there in my hotel room, I saw an image of Pastor AJ, and I called, picked up my phone, so they're blowing up LA. At the time, with the Omega Phi ministry, so I'm hitting up Omega Phi, I'm hitting up all the girls I knew on the spot. I was like, listen, who's this tall brown chick? Dark chick, dark brown, right? Thick, kind of skinny, tall. They said that's the jumper. I said, okay, cool. That's like, I want her number. And they said, no. She's divorced, she's this, she's that. She got a boyfriend, she got 4 kids. They sprayed out all these bad things about her. And I was like, I still want it though. It's cool, I still want to check it out. So that went on for a minute. And they said, you know what? She might have other friends of hers, sisters, there might be people around her that are single, right? So we went that route for a minute. That didn't work. But the first day, 2-3 days later, I was back in LA. And on that Tuesday I came back, one of our pastors now, or our major pastors also is now, called me and said, listen, Frank, go pick up IJ. She is somewhere in church. Give her a ride home. So I'm, whatever, right? I'm chilling, right? So I pull up to the church and I waited. She walked into my car, sat down. You need to go watch this video by Kelly Rowland. It's called Coffee, right? That's how her skin looked. Her skin was so dark brown, like smoker, man. And I was like, this right here is my wife. I kidnapped her. I didn't bring her back home till 4 in the morning. This was like 10 p.m. I picked her up, boom, Denny's. I had nothing on me. She paid for the food, but conversation was flowing, no flaws. I kept looking at this. I said, God is crazy, because he got me exactly what I wanted. It's like God said, what you gonna say now? That's what God was saying to me. God was saying to me, listen, player, what are you gonna say now? I gave you the spec you wanted. Now what? Let me hear you speak. He said, basically God said to me, shut the F up. That's what God said to me with her. She was that fine. I said, okay, God, I feel you. And I see where you're coming from. And at that point, I knew God was always a player, but when he gave me that chick, man, now this is before prophecy, this is before anything to do with prayers or fasting. I never knew what the package was, but I knew that life was on the outside big time. So I didn't know she was a prophet. I didn't know she was going to be fasting a couple of weeks. I had no idea. There's another part of the story that's kind of deep, because when I first met her, she said, listen, you need an altar ASAP. You need an altar in your house right now. So, I'm chilling. So I got an altar quick. I said, baby, come press this. She came to the apartment, got into my spot. Little spot around the corner, she put an altar for me. And then it happened. This is the part that you got to pay attention to. She had a long yellow dress. Kind of your summer dress where you could see the brow, the whole thing was, Jesus Christ. She was praying. She got praying deep, got into it, and it was something else. Some guy just drove past the truck and Honda me. It's pretty cool. It's probably a subscriber. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe, guys. I'm looking for followers, looking for a few good men and women to help me make it happen, right? So basically, give him a little salute up there. He's still sucking around trying to check me out, see what's going on, which is fine. I like people being curious. You should be curious in this life. Anyway, there's so many screws out here, but I'm not feeling them. But here's the thing. She knelt down, was praying so much, right? When I mean praying, you see, the prayer was so intense. Everything was shaking. She was crying. And I'm saying, this is off my altar? Oh, hell yeah. I said to myself, this is marriage. I'm gonna marry this chick. I'm gonna marry her ASAP. And that's how it happened. There's not a mystery. That's how it happened. I started running around trying to fight the man off. There were like 9 guys in position, guys from London, from Detroit, Michigan. She had so many guys on the table, right? I'm just little Frank, nobody, just anybody say, oh yeah, Gerard there, John Wayne, you know what I'm saying? So go find out what that means. Go look it up. It's not on Google. So I saw the situation as really urgent, very urgent. So I set up a situation with my parents. I was like, I'm not gonna tell you guys, but I get married. This is gonna be quick. I jumped in there, offended a few people, but listen, when it comes to destiny, you gotta move fast. I moved into the situation super fast, ruffled a few feathers, stepped on a few toes, but we had to get it done. A month later, I was in Houston. It took 2 months to be married to Pastor Ajay. Like, it went so fast. Some people are still not talking to me because of that. But here's the thing, right? It's better for me to marry the right person than to be cool in the wrong place, right? So it was very important for me to. So my ex was like, listen, I was with you for 3 years. I left you for 3 weeks and you're married? Like, and so that's the story in a nutshell, right? Now, 4 to 5 years later, she is even more special than what I first described. She's grown into, first of all, there's a testimony here which she says I should never ever mention. But the testimony is this. I'm not gonna say it to you guys, but here's another testimony besides testimony, is that she's now coming to the size of a woman that I like. She's, well-rounded now. When I met her, she was very skinny, but now God is really, got it all set up right, as a play, you know what I mean? So we're good on that. Because I'm like, here's my philosophy. If your wife has got the fire right, chances of you looking outside is pretty slim, So I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me, Franq.com. Thank you, and I'm signing out on this.